I don't look at myself as some guy that is going to hold a clipboard for 10, 12 years. I have big goals, big aspirations of winning the Super Bowl, being a great quarterback in the league, and being one of the best players on the team. And that's kind of where I'm headed. And whether that happens or not is kind of out of my hands. But that's definitely what I'm shooting for. I'm not shooting for being a backup for my whole career. I'm definitely looking to be the man at some point. So that's kind of just what my focus is. That's kind of what I think about when I'm training, and that's kind of what I think about when I walk around the building. I don't walk around the building like a little D2 kid. I walk around the building thinking I'm the man because I know that's one day what I want to be is the man.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting too how people in the offseason continued to talk about the future of the position here in Chicago, and it's just noise. And I'm sure you realized a long time ago, it's noise. What matters is what these guys think and the work I'm putting in. But what was it like to go through several months of just wondering and hearing speculation? Is Caleb Williams coming? Who's going to fill out the other spots on the roster at my position? And they signed Brett Rippon. How did that feel?
I didn't really pay attention to any of it. I didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't tell me anything. I didn't really have any opinion on the matter. And then as far as Brett, I mean, I showed up in middle April when we went back for the spring, and he was in the room, and he's been amazing dude in the room, very helpful. He's helped me out a ton, learned a lot from him, and he's a good dude. So I love having him around. But as far as that whole matter was concerned, it's kind of out of my control, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. And it was the first off time I had in a while, so most of my time was spent just hanging out with family, getting my body back into really good shape, and then just kind of letting it unfold however it was going to unfold. And I think it unfolded the best way it could have for our team, and I think that going into this year we have a really strong team, and that's just kind of hats off to Poles and all the things he's been able to do in the offseason.
That can't be an easy thing to accomplish, ignoring, the noise, whether it's negative or positive, because you have friends who consume media and family, and they always want to talk about it, I'm certain. But you get conditioned to it, I guess. Let's talk about Shane Waldron and his influence on this offense. Warren Moon told me, the Hall of Famer who's been watching the Seahawks out there doing radio for 17 years, he said what you're going to like about this guy is he doesn't pigeonhole everybody into his idea of what his offense should be. He tailored Geno Smith's game plans for his skills 2 years ago, and Smith, who was a damn punchline, Tyson, for 9 previous years, is the comeback player of the year. What do you like so far about what Waldron's brought to the table?
Yeah, I mean, I like Shane a lot. I think he's very level-headed no matter, so far it hasn't been, actual bullets flying around. But, when things get competitive and intense, he's the same guy all the time. And kind of like you said, he's not looking for guys to have to fit into what he has going on. He knows that the players are the one out there playing. And that whatever all his guys are more comfortable with is usually what's going to be more successful. So kind of like you said, he tailors a lot of what he does to the players, a lot of going back and forth on what we like, what we don't like, what's comfortable, what's uncomfortable. And I think it's worked out so far this spring. And I know that being offensive coordinator with a young rookie quarterback isn't the easiest thing to do, but he's done a great job just kind of tailoring everything to what makes Caleb comfortable and what makes him not comfortable, when we need to speed things up, when we need to slow things down. And so far it's been great.
You heard anything about progress with a contract for the first pick in the draft?
Nah, I don't even know what any of that means.
He hasn't signed yet, right? What Dunze hasn't signed yet.
I signed mine immediately, so I have no clue I don't know what any of that stuff means. But I'll leave that up to them. I have no clue.
And that's what will give you perspective forever, is that you signed it immediately. Something Kurt Warner and I discussed was, how grateful he remains today for getting a chance when he was bagging groceries several years after college. First round picks don't know that life. They can't relate to that.
Yeah.
And it keeps you grounded, doesn't it? Keeps you dialed in.
Yeah, I think, just I come from a real, my dad doesn't seem it on video and in person, but I come from real, just a very humble family and everything. And I think I've done a good job just kind of policing myself with not letting anything get too high or too low, trying to stay level-handed and kind of like you, level-headed and kind of like what you just said, just being so unbelievably appreciative for the opportunity to play in the National Football League. And the fact that I don't have to be a plumber or a teacher or anything else like that. I get to play football for a living right now, which just every day I'm kind of just pinching myself and going as absolute hard as I can uh, to kind of steward the opportunity as much as I can. So I think I kind of look at it the same way. I walk around Hallis Hall, can't believe where I'm at all the time. So it's a lot of that for me every day.